One, let's rush ahead.
All right, let's go.
Oh no, Angela, is everything okay? Okay.
Terry, are we live now? Okay, Becky, we're live, so you can begin.
Good evening. Welcome to our regular September board meeting. In accordance with an act to implement provisions necessary to the health, welfare, and safety of the citizens of Maine in a response to the COVID-19 public health emergency, as enacted to read Section G11, Maine Revised Statutes Annotated, Section 403A, public proceedings through remote access during a declaration of a state of emergency to COVID-19 and for 30 days following the termination of that state of emergency. The regular board meeting will be held through Google Meet. The meeting will be live streamed and available for viewing at www.msad11.org. Members of the public wishing to make a comment are invited to do so during the public comment sections of the meeting, and you may call 207-582-5346 or send an email to schoolboard, capital S, school, capital B, board at msad11.org. Again, you may call 207-582-5346 or send an email to school, capital S, school board, capital B, board, school board at msad11.org. In addition to the regular public comment section at the beginning of the board agenda, an additional public comment section has been added at the end of the agenda to provide the school board with the ability to answer questions sent to them during the meeting. We will now call the meeting to order. Pursuant to subsection 403A of MRSA, Maine Revised Statutes Annotated, we will now confirm that each member of the MSAD11 board can hear and be heard. We will do this by calling the roll. Members present are asked to say yay. We ask all members to listen and report any audio difficulties when the roll is complete. Pat, would you please call the roll?
Yes, Becky Fless.
Yay.
Veronica Babcock. She is absent. Nancy Fortier Brown. Nancy Fortier Brown.
Yay. Yay.
Teresa Garrett.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we did. Thank you. Thank you. Matthew Lillybridge.
Yay.
Jim Lothridge.
Yay.
Nicole Medor.
Yay.
Matthew Marshall.
Is this, what is this for? I joined late, I apologize.
We're just taking the roll to see who is present for the board meeting.
Oh, okay, I'm here, yes.
Thank you. Patrick Saucier.
Yay.
Alyssa Tracy.
Yay.
John Umland. And John indicated he would be absent this evening. Tony Veet. Tony also said that he would not be available until at least 7, so he may be absent for this evening. That's roll call, Becky.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Quinton Martin. I didn't call Quinton. Is he here? I don't see him online. No.
Administrative staff.
Sure, I'm Pat Hopkins, Superintendent of Schools. Andrea Dish.
Business manager?
Angela Hardy.
Good afternoon. Here.
Angela is the Director of Curriculum and Instruction. Chad Kempton.
Hi, Chad Kempton, Principal at Gardner Area High School.
Christina O'Neill.
Hi, Principal over at Pittston Randolph Consolidated School.
Alicia Morris.
Hi, I'm Alicia Morris, Director of Special Services.
John LaPerriere,
John LaPerriere, Principal of Gardner Regional Middle School.
Josh Farr,
Josh Farr, Adult Education Director.
Katie Gould,
Hi, I'm the principal at Helen Thompson School.
Karen Moody,
Hi, I'm Karen Moody. I'm the building principal of Laura Richards School in Gardner.
Nate Stubbert,
Hi, Nate Stubbert, Athletic Director.
Terry McGuire,
Hi, Terry McGuire, Director of Technology.
and Vicki Dugay.
Hi, Principal of Riverview Community School in South Gardner.
That's everyone.
Great, thank you. Could we please now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Public comments for items on the agenda?
I have not received any public comments for this evening.
Okay. Review and prioritization of agenda minutes, prioritization of items, and alteration of the established agenda format sequence as needed.
Yes, so yesterday we posted a revised agenda, and I have a couple more revisions. I would like to add on page 2, under correspondence, retirement letter from Glenn Ellis, the head custodian at the Helen Thompson School. I would like to correct the spelling of Steve Marson, who is the owner of Central Maine Pyrotechnics. There's a T in there, and his name is Marson. That is under number 3, recognition and celebration. I apologize for that error. Under general information on page 3, fall coaches, I would like to add Kevin Averill as a volunteer football coach. And that is it.
All right. Then. May I have a motion, please, to approve the agenda as adjusted?
I move to accept the agenda. I second. Matt Lil.
Thank you, Matthew. Moved by Jim and seconded by Matthew Lillibridge. Questions or comments from board members? All right, Pat, would you please call the roll?
Becky Fless,
Yay.
Nancy Fortier Brown,
It said she left.
no, she's right there. I can see her face.
Yay.
I think she's struggling. There we go.
I'm having problems with my internet.
Nancy, if that is a problem, I can see you a bit. So if you give me a thumbs up sometimes, I will treat that as a yay, or a thumbs down. I'll treat as a no if you're having an issue. Okay, we'll try to do it through sign language. Awesome, thank you. Teresa Garrett.
Yay.
Matthew Lillibridge.
Yay.
Jim Lothridge.
Yay.
Nicole Madore.
Yay.
Matthew Marshall.
Yay.
Patrick Saucier.
Yay.
Alyssa Tracy.
Yay.
That's unanimous for everyone who's here. Becky.
Great, thank you. Approval of minutes of the previous meeting, the regular board meeting of August 6, 2020. It says tabled. What does that indicate?
We have, let's see, the board minutes for August 6th, and on the next page, you have the board minutes for August 27th. Those minutes are not yet ready. You have not received them. They haven't been distributed.
Okay,
so you can't approve them tonight. We've listed table to make sure that we don't forget that we need to be placing them on your next board meeting's agenda.
Great, thank you very much. So the special board meeting, reentry hearing of August 27th. May I have a motion, please, to accept that?
Motion to accept.
I'll
Okay,
second that.
all right. That was Alyssa and Matt Marshall.
Mhm.
Would you please call the roll?
Becky Fless,
Yay.
Nancy Fortier Brown, all right, I see
There
the
we
thumbs
go.
up. Thank you, Nancy.
Yeah,
Teresa
Matthew,
Garrett,
Yay.
Matthew Lillybridge,
Yay.
Jim Lothridge,
Yay.
Nicole Madore,
Yay.
Matthew Marshall,
Yay.
Patrick Saucier,
Yay.
Alyssa Tracy.
Yay.
That's unanimous.
Great. Recognition and celebrations, student athletes, message to the MSAD11 school board.
Yes, Nate has something that he would like to share with the school board.
Yep. So the fall athletes and coaches wanted to thank you very much for your support. So they've put together a little video to thank you. So I will try to share that with you right now. It's about 2.5 minutes long. And here we go.
To our student athletes and coaches, these fields and courts aren't just patches of grass or hardwood floors. They represent hard work, dedication, sweat, tears of sorrow and tears of joy, and pride. Oh, so much pride. We, the athletes and coaches of Garden Area High School, wanted to just say thank you for your support to let us play, and to honor the fact that to us, it's bigger than sports. So thank you. We hope to make you all proud.
On behalf of the boys soccer team, Coach Wallace and the rest of the boys would like to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to have this season this year, especially for our senior Tucker Boudreaux. Again, thank you very much for the opportunity. On behalf of the soccer team, thank you for letting us play. On behalf of the boys soccer team, we'd like to thank you for the opportunity to play this year. One.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to play soccer.
Thank you, MSAD11 School Board, team.
Thank you! Thank you, MSAD11 School Board. 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 One, two, three. Hey, Garden High School, Garden High School, may we ever stand. Honest, faithful, and courageous, loyal, find them up and learn about Garden High School, Garden High School, may we all be true to the ideals you teach us through and through. Hey! Thank you, School Board! 1, 2, 3. Thank you, School Board!
And that's it. And a special thanks goes out to Kristen Prey for kind of taking the lead on that and putting that together.
Nice. Thank you, Nate. That's
Welcome.
great. Next on the agenda, Steve Marson.
Yes, Chad, are you still on here? Would you like to speak to this recognition, please?
Sure. I just wanted to recognize Steve for super amount of generosity to us. He is allowing us to use 3 of his 40-foot long storage units to house 30 of our cafeteria tables from the high school and a lot of our theater equipment, backstage equipment, and set designs and so forth that we really didn't have any place for. And so he came through in the clutch for us big time. And we all, on behalf of the high school, want to just say thank you and very much appreciate his generosity to us.
Becky, you're muted.
Thank you. Chad, thanks for that presentation, and thank you so much, Steve, for your generosity to MSAD11. We really do appreciate it, especially now during these really challenging times. So thank you. Correspondence.
Correspondence, all of them, various resignations and retirements as written. I will bring to your attention number F, that MSAD 11 was highlighted in the main DOE newsroom. The article is entitled MSAD 11 launches 8 committee return to school planning process in response to COVID-19. I forwarded that to school board members. If you haven't had an opportunity to read it, I would encourage you to do so. It's a wonderfully written article. So
Nice. Will that be available on Apogee for people to see?
on Apogee, no. We might be able to put it on our website if that's what you mean. Yeah.
Let's do that
Yeah.
so that folks can see it, if we can do that. Yeah.
Sure, Terry, can we make that happen? Great, we will do that. Thank you.
Excellent. Committee reports? None.
None.
Meetings? None. General information?
Just as listed, we've listed here all of the fall coaches, the co-curricular stipends, and fall coaches at the middle school.
All right. Nominations, none. Old business, update on the return to school plan?
Sure, with students returning to school on Tuesday, we thought this was the perfect time to provide you with another update on how things are going. I'm going to turn it over to Angela, who has been working tirelessly to make sure that our remote learning plans and staffing levels are in place for students to begin on Tuesday. So Angela.
Thank you, Pat. First, I just want to acknowledge the work that our whole district has done over the last 8 working days. We just completed 8 workshop days, which is sort of an unprecedented number of days consecutively for our staff. It required a lot of time in practicing COVID safety measures and protocols and refining the protocols and communicating plans, coordinating schedules, and also learning. They learned about a new math program, implementation process. They learned a lot related to social and emotional wellness. They had learning on isolation indicators and strategies for supporting themselves, their colleagues, and our learners. And they spent a lot of time on curriculum. So I'm really proud of the staff, our administrative staff for facilitating a number of those sessions. Some of our own staff stepped up and became really skilled in a lot of our technology work and led their colleagues through that. People are ready to start seeing children in our buildings. So I wanted to start there. The next thing I want to raise your attention to is the remote learning plan. So as I presented last Thursday, we are still moving forward with that same plan. There's a couple modifications. One is enrollment has increased over this week. So last week we had 196 students enrolled in cohort C, which is our fully remote. We currently have 279. We have 14% of our population enrolled in the Remote Learning Academy. As a result, we're making a few changes as quickly as possible. We are in our K-5 community, we're pretty strong. We're going to be making a couple adjustments to staff, but that should not impact our families right away. They should be ready to roll, with the exception of some of the families who enrolled in the last couple of days in cohort C, fully remote, did not have an opportunity to pick up a laptop and their materials because we had that happening Wednesday evening. So we are working through understanding who has what, and we'll work on another opportunity next week for families to come in and finish getting their supplies and laptops if they didn't already have them. For grades 6 through 8, as you know, last week I presented a plan that did not have it fully staffed for a parallel remote learning academy. We, as of moments ago, we are almost fully staffed. We're working on crossing our T's and dotting our I's, but I feel confident that we will move into the start of the school year with really highly qualified, thoughtful, engaged educators who are going to provide some great instruction for our remote learners. But to do this really effectively, we are going to have a soft launch into this process. We're going to modify the schedule on Tuesday, and then on Thursday start building that up so that by the 14th we're in a regular rotation, which is the following Monday. Families do not know this yet at the middle school, but I will be finishing the writing up that letter and asking for some support to get that out either tonight or tomorrow morning so that they're clear about what this looks like and feels like. And then the students will start hearing directly from their middle school teachers very, very soon if they haven't already on some of them. So it's a much bigger puzzle than we anticipated, but we're really excited about where we're headed. And then students who are fully remote at the high school will continue to live stream in as we had planned. So those plans remain stable. That's, I think, the update I have at the moment.
Thank you, Angela. Becky, you're muted.
Thank you, Pat. Board members, any questions, comments? I think it's just wonderful. I'll just say, I think it's really wonderful how creative and thoughtful all of you have been to try and meet the needs of so many students and staff on a myriad of levels that we've never needed to do before. And I'm just very grateful to all of you. So thank you so much for all of your diligent work, all of you. Pat, for your leadership, and Angela for yours, just to help make this really look on the outside like it's effortless, and knowing that it's really not effortless at all. So thank you. Anyone else?
Just a comment, Angela, thank you. I was second what Becky said, and it seems like now that we've added that many students, if we end up going to like a model where everyone has to be remote, you somewhat know how that might be. So again, I praise you for thinking ahead and figuring it out. So thanks.
Hopefully we won't, but if we do, we'll be ready.
I just have one comment to make.
Yes, Jim.
And that is that I think we have the best staff in Maine. And I'm not just blowing smoke, but we've done a great, not we, but they have done a great job getting us ready for this. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. It is not enough to say thank you.
I would agree, Jim. We have an outstanding staff. And Josh, thank you for that comment in the chat. I think you're absolutely right. Our administrators are exceptional. We really just have a group that climbs on and says yes, and reaches in and says yes. And I'm just so grateful to be able to be a part of that. So again, thank you all so much. Seeing nothing else, Maine Principals Association recommendation update.
Oh, sure. We'll do that before we do enrollment update.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's just, the red jumped out at me.
That's okay, since you mentioned it. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that the Maine Principals Association, when we met last week, they had just submitted their recommendation to the Department of Human Services, to the Department of Education, and to the governor. They have since received feedback from DHHS and from the DOE, and in that feedback, there were concerns that in a few areas the CDC guidelines were not followed in those recommendations. So the Maine Principals Association has gone back to the table. They are working to address the concerns that were outlined in that letter. We wait. In the meantime, we're waiting to hear what they bring forward as subsequent recommendations. And as you probably heard, they just recently pushed back the start of athletics from September 8th to September 14th. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone had the same information on the status, since we had such a lengthy discussion regarding athletics last week.
Thank you. Student enrollment update.
Okay, so I thought it would be helpful just to give you an idea of where things stand with student enrollment. I'm going to try to present to you a couple of documents. Let's see. Okay, so hopefully you can see all of this. This is just a draft. This is not finalized, but this is a copy of the enrollment document that you receive every single month. And we've modified it this year to include the number of students at each grade in each building that is going virtual. So I thought it would be helpful for you to see what that looks like across the district. So as you can see, right now, LER, we're looking at an enrollment of 244. Again, this is just an estimate. These are not finalized. There's still information on the desks of our administrative assistants, so these numbers may very well look very different next week. In addition to LER, we have Riverview, which is on the upper right-hand side. They're currently at 175. As we scroll down through over at Helen Thompson, you can see that our enrollment currently is at 271. And at the Pittston Randolph School, we're looking at an enrollment of 209. I hope you are taking a moment to really look at the virtual numbers. Some of the virtual numbers are quite high. As Angela has already said, our numbers are now up to 277. And I believe we have 40 somewhat students just in grade 1 that have selected to go virtual. As we slip over to the next page, you will see that our enrollment presently at the middle school is 424, and at the high school, it is 647. To get a picture, I want to show you a picture of the entire district and what that looks like. So you can see for each grade level, how many families have signed up for 100% virtual learning, and then what our total enrollment is as a district in each grade level. So presently we have a large class in 10th grade at 152, and then our present 9th grade has a high number at 148. Beyond that, you can see that the majority of our numbers are much lower. Oh, the senior class is also at 146. Our present enrollment it looks like it's at 1,970, which is, I think, the lowest that it's ever been in this district. But if I keep scrolling down, you can see what this change is in comparison to last school year. So last school year, we started at the beginning of the first day of school at 2,009 students. As of the printing of this document, we're at 1,970, which is a loss of 39 students. Now, I will show you next another document. So let me come back here and show you a different document. Oh, maybe I won't. It's not popping up. Okay, I won't. Sorry, it didn't surface. But what I wanted to do was show you another document, but I'll just tell you what it includes. We also are having a significant increase in the number of families who are requesting homeschooling. So last year we had 93 families who enrolled their children in homeschooling in the district. As of right now, we anticipate that the number for this year will be 150. So considerable increase, which is why in the enrollment document that I just showed you, you'll see the decrease of 39 students. There's a direct relation or correlation there. With that said, we are also, on the other end, we are seeing a lot of families moving into our communities. I think that the building principals can attest to the fact that we're seeing a large number of new families registering their children in our schools. So we've been getting those requests all summer long. In addition to the 150 students that we have homeschooled, we have 35 students who are coming into the district from other districts on the superintendent's agreement. We have 28 students who are leaving the district on the superintendent's agreement. We have 15 students who are moving within the district from one school to another for various reasons. And we have approved 28 students to attend our high school on a tuition basis. So we have students in RSU 12, which would be Chelsea, Whitefield, Windsor, that particular school district. They have school choice for high school, and we have 28. That school district has to pay us tuition, and there we go. And we have one pending, so we have the potential of 29 tuition. And so that is the update on enrollment as of today, and it is literally changing minute by minute. This is how our administrative assistants are spending their time, and especially in this office. You know, when I throw out the number of 150 for homeschool, just because it's homeschooled and it's done and the paperwork is processed through the Department of Education, we also have a lot of work that we have to process in this office for those students as well. So it is commonplace, I would say, for our administrative assistants here in the central office, primarily Martha, to have to probably put hands on paperwork for homeschool students easily 2 or 3 times. So this is really how the summer has been spent in dealing with enrollment matters. So that's all that I have for enrollment, if anyone has a question. I see Jim does.
Yeah.
Yes, Jim.
I understand the difference between our virtual academy and homeschooling, or educating. What is there any reasoning or logic to why they wouldn't want to go to the virtual academy versus homeschooling? Has that been looked at, or is there any reason one for the other?
I'm not 100% certain. Some of it is it's a philosophical belief. You know, last year, like we said, we had 93 last year who were homeschooled. That's really a philosophical belief that they want to go that route. I don't know why some of our families are selecting homeschool versus our 100% remote. I've heard the concern at the state level that there may be families who are confused. They're confused with not understanding the difference between the remote and the homeschooling. They may view them as the same thing when indeed they're not.
That was my concern, if that was something that we're actually bumping up against.
Yeah, the other thing, and as Angela notes, some of those families do not want their children to be online as much as they will need to be with the remote learning. And so by doing homeschooling, they can educate them through other means.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions?
Yeah, I had a question, Pat, and it's a selfish one, but I'm also just want clarity. My son is going to be at Hetland Thompson 4th grade class with Mrs. Nickerson, and it looked like there was 19 people. And I know what cohort he's going to be in. It's going to be on Thursdays and Fridays and stuff. But because I know the classrooms are small and Hetland Thompson is like, is his 4th grade class going to be broken up between Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday, meaning like 10 kids from his class on 2 days, and then the other 9 another day, are all 19 in that Thursday, Friday cohort, if that makes sense?
It does make sense. I don't know the exact numbers, but I can tell you that not all 19 will be in the same cohort. Those students will be split between cohort A and cohort B. And just so you know, the grade 4 classrooms were moved. They're no longer in those small classrooms that they once were. They are now located in a regular full-size classroom. And maybe Katie can add to your question.
Sure. That particular class, Matt, has 11 students coming on Mondays and Tuesdays and 8 on Thursdays and Fridays. And we've measured rooms and remeasured and put marks of tape on the floor to make sure that tables and desks stay in place. And so we have the space to accommodate every cohort at this point.
Okay, great. Yeah, I wasn't questioning your methods. I was just wondering if all 19 kids would be together, or if it's broken up like that. And my
Okay,
son,
that's a great question, and one that probably lots of folks want to hear, wanted to hear the answer to, so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do think that there's potentially some real confusion around homeschooling versus our virtual academy and how much students really will be on the computer. And we may see maybe we'll see a shift. Maybe some students will want to come back to the classroom, maybe when the pandemic isn't as pandemic-y. Maybe some of those homeschoolers, maybe that number of 60 students-ish will come back to the classroom. It's weird to know, but I do hear a lot of confusion when I just am listening to people talk about what school is going to look like. And I think
I have one more question.
It's hard to hear you, Becky. You've stepped away from your mic.
Oh, I think I have my agenda over. Is that better?
Yes.
Better? Okay. I think that maybe parents are just a little hesitant because it's just so new and so different. And maybe they're concerned it will be like last spring, and I'm certain, beyond the shadow of a doubt, it's going to be 1,000 times better than last spring. And it's just going to take a minute for folks to get confident, and maybe they'll hear really good things in the community and think, oh, this is great, I want to try that. So my kids can be with all their friends, and maybe that'll be a game changer, because I really believe we're going to do an outstanding job at this. Jim, you had something to say.
Yes, if, and let's say in the next, it's got an if question, in the next 2 to 4 weeks, some of these parents decide, all of a sudden that they really didn't understand that they were going to be all alone at home, taking care of this responsibility, not all alone, but anyways, versus the virtual academy. Are we going to be able to, if some decide to go back to the virtual academy, can we accommodate them in the next 2 to 3, 4 weeks?
Families who are homeschooled have the right, who live in our community, have a right at any time to re-enroll their child.
Good.
So if they wish to, we will have to accommodate them. For families who have chosen 100% remote learning, they must remain with the remote learning for a trimester in pre-K through grade 5, and a quarter in the middle school, and a semester at the high school.
I understood that part of it, and I'll be honest with you, homeschooling never hit my radar, and obviously it's a big issue. So thank you for bringing it up, and I've learned a lot today. Thank you.
It's a thing. Okay, any other questions or comments from board members? Seeing none, I've had an email from Martha that says we have received no public comments or phone calls. So I think we're ready.
Martha also stated that for the phone calls and the people that she has spoken with, parent work schedules have been the reason most state that they've chosen for homeschooling. So.
Okay.
The only other thing then, Becky, that I have is, Becky, you and I talked about scheduling another board meeting on September 17th. And the thought was that we will have been in school for about a week and a half. And it would provide us an opportunity to give you an update on how things are going.
I think that's a great idea. Board members and administrators, does that meet with your?
Makes sense.
You know you want to see us.
Well, the first week of the month's always fun. No, I think it's a good call, Pat. I appreciate it for transparency.
Yeah, just to help keep us up to speed all the way through.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a lengthy meeting, but at that point, we'll know about athletics. We'll have a better sense of what's going on in the classroom, all our safety measures that we've put in place, our transportation. It would just be nice to make sure you and members of the public know how it's going.
Yes, agreed. So 5:30 then on the 17th.
Yes.
Okay. All right then. Well, as always, it's so great to see you all. And I know you have nothing better to do, but we now have an executive session. So,
I'll make the motion to go into executive session 1.
I'll second that motion.
Great. Motion.
I'm sorry, who was that? Nicole?
Nicole.
I second. Yes.
Would you please call the roll?
I will. Becky Fless?
Yay.
Nancy Fortier Brown?
Yay.
Teresa Garrett?
Yay.
Matthew Lillybridge?
Yay.
Jim Lothridge?
Yay.
Nicole Madore?
Yay.
Matthew Marshall?
Yay.
Patrick Saucier?
Yay.
Alyssa Tracy?
Yay.
Great. That's unanimous. And for members of the public, I don't expect that there will be any action coming out of the first executive session, but there may be action that comes out of the second executive session. All right. So I have us going in at 6:21. Board members, I sent you an invitation. It is through the calendar. So if you open up the calendar, you will see the link to the board meeting. So this link
What are,
You're discussing COVID-19 related contractual issues.
there you go. That's the word I was looking for. May I have that motion, please?
I
I'll make
motion
a
that we
motion.
go into the session.
I'll second.
Motion by Teresa, second by Matthew Lillibridge. Pat, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Becky Fless? Yay. Nancy Fortier Brown?
Yay.
Teresa Garrett?
Yay.
Matthew Lillibridge?
Yay.
Jim Lothridge?
Yay.
Nicole Medor?
Yay.
Matthew Marshall?
Yay.
Patrick Saucier?
Yay.
Alyssa Tracy?
Yay.
Okay, that is unanimous. It is 6:48. Please shut off your mic and your video, but do not log out of here. And go to the other invitation that says executive session number 2, and I will see you there in a moment. sure everyone's here. 6, 7. We're missing someone. Patrick, maybe. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Everyone is here, Becky.
Great. Pat, would you please read that? We need a motion and a second to authorize the superintendent to move forward. Pat, would you please read the motion again?
Sure, it's a motion to authorize the superintendent to enter into an agreement with the associations to offer employees performing voluntary work outside of their bargaining unit in excess of their contractually assigned hours at the rate approved in executive session.
Make the motion.
Moved by Elizabeth,
Second.
second by Jim. Questions or comments by board members? Pat, would you please read the roll?
Sure, Becky Fless,
Yay.
Nancy Fortier-Brown,
Yay.
Teresa Garrett,
Yay.
Matthew Lillybridge,
Yay.
Jim Lothridge,
Yay.
Nicole Medore,
Yay.
Matthew Marshall,
Yay.
Patrick Saucier,
Yay.
Alyssa Tracy.
Yay.
Great. It's unanimous, Becky.
Great. Thank you. That's all that we have.
That's it. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. We're getting, that was an hour and a half. That's not so bad.
Not bad at all. So adjournment, 7
No.
p.m.
7 p.m. Thank you all so very much. I hope that you will enjoy the holiday weekend and hold everybody in your positive thoughts and energy as we head into the unknown greatness. Thanks so much.